I just wanted to show you this ad that I saw on the internet. It says be part of something different. They're hiring youth, but they're hiring overweight youth, and you have to be overweight. I mean, look at this. I've never seen anything like it. Look how chubby. How do they work under these conditions? You know, to do physical work, you have to be in physically good shape. And the agenda is to keep them obese and with high blood pressure. If you don't have that agenda, you don't get the job. It's insane. It's I've never seen anything like it. I see a lot of heavyset people in the South, the youth particularly, and I notice they have to be a part of an agenda, and they probably have to pay their debt off, and I think they get work contracts, and after they get the work contract, when it's done, they just let them go. So they just dispose the youth like they're garbage, when they should be going to college and using their brain and learning chemistry and learning science and things that make the country intelligent, to the stupid slavery jobs in department stores or grocery stores. It's just, you're just a grocery shelf pusher. There's no satisfaction in that. And if you get into management, well, you got to be lucky. And these Canadian companies are responsible for this because a lot of these companies are owned by Canadians. They own a lot of American infrastructure, particularly in the South. They own a lot of businesses, they own a lot of homes and property and apartment complexes, and they despise American. And I'm looking here to myself and I'm saying, well, look how they look. I mean, when I was growing up and at that age, I grew up in the 80s and in the Breakfast Club era, where, nobody was obese. None of the youth was obese. And we worked whatever, we had to work, part-time, after school or whatever. And nobody was obese like this. These women, young girls, are being at least 50 pounds overweight. These should be showing their figures off and how pretty they are instead of showing how fat they are. And you're going to completely change your DNA around with this government and this Obama program that's just changing these people around and turning them into serfs. And they're not going to produce much if they're overweight and heavy like this. And I can't believe my eyes what I'm seeing. And I'm saying, yeah, the South is doing this to the youth and they're destroying them. And it's Canada who hates this country and is telling them to do it this way. And Canada should be held accountable for the youth of this country and demeaning them like this and holding them basically doing something against their will just to keep a job. Now, this Canadian government better keep their business out of ours. And I hope that one day happens because they hate us. Feelings are mutual, Canada.